Hello, denizens of the internet. Your former network executive with a wrap-up review of The Witcher, Blood Origin. Now, all three of the remaining episodes. Spoilers await. If you braved my review of the pilot, you would have heard that I had given this show the benefit of the doubt, which I tend to do because as someone who has had to endure the creation of TV pilots, I know how hard they are to do, and I tend to be sympathetic to the producers. Now that I have seen the remaining 3 episodes, I believe that I can confidently join with the other online reviewers and Rotten Tomato voters and proclaim Blood Origins utter trash. I have not watched any other reviews. I know many of you were shocked when I gave the pilot a pass, but I'm not going to regurgitate that here. Watch the video. I assure you that it has some instructive merit if you're interested in writing and producing. I'm also not going to be cowed by opinions of others because I've actually done this and it's easy to dump on creative efforts. I also have some sympathy for actors who just want to work. With all that out of the way, I was really shocked at how bad the remaining 3 shows were. I had praised the pilot for concluding small plot points within the episode, but then that went horribly awry. 1 minute, the main bad guy was the chief mage. Then it's Merwin. Then it was the mage again. And then it was Merwin. Then it was both of them together. And there were just too many little tie-ups way too quickly without much exploration. We get a fairly decent company of adventurers who have just one freaking quest, but they don't encounter the antagonist or their servants multiple times throughout the shows, like the Nazgul in LOTR. No thrust and parry, no tension, and so much endless talking. We do learn the dwarf is a lesbian and her lover's ashes are in her hammer. Think about that. They are an entirely joyless bunch who do pretty much nothing except turn Fial into a monster. The dude who plotted with Chief Mage against Merwin changes sides, but then he gets sucked into a vortex, and after the Chief Mage obtains the chaos magic he always wanted to rule the world, he gets subdued fairly easily by another mage who had escaped from his jail cell without explaining in episode 2 how he did explain it. And then they blow up the obelisk, which does bad future things, hinting at another series of this dreck. We get a glimpse of Ciri at the end. Official Witcher tie-in. Blood Origins is terrible. I really do try to be nice about these things. As a network exec, I would never have accepted this mess of a script. I would never have accepted the rushes without changes. The primary goal of a TV producer/writer is to get the viewers invested in the characters. You can get away with a lot of bad storytelling if we love the characters. Heck, if you're doing 24 shows a year, at least a third of them will be bad. Look at the A-Team. The shows were wonderfully horrible, but we adored the characters. Look at Star Trek Discovery. We don't care about any of them. If the USS Discovery crashed into a planet, we'd be cheering. The people behind BO only had to do 4 shows. How freaking hard was that? All fantasy properties exists on a razor's edge of suspension of disbelief. Dressing up in costume and tacking on elf ears is not enough to make one believe. Blood Origin falls on the wrong side of the razor. We are more cynical, true. We have experienced the gold standard in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. People like my wife think all fantasy is stupid. The Witcher world, as told by Sapkowski, is rich with lore and extreme violence. It was a legitimate gateway into something new that would transport us. But anti-male politics killed it. Woke fires create no heat, will not temper a sword. It only makes crap like this, and unfortunately, most of the Witcher series itself. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.